to the We Love Wrestling spot. My name is Terry. I'm with Jinx from the Pretty Hills. And today we are with a commentator. We are with a chief brand officer. We are with an owner of a company. We are with one of the young rising women in wrestling. We are with Brittani Nikole Houghtlen. How are you doing today, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank y'all for having me on. I'm glad to do this.
Thank you for coming on. The first question I always ask is, what started your love for wrestling, or why do you love wrestling?
Oh, I watched it when I was a kid. I'm originally from up near Cleveland, Ohio. So I started watching wrestling when I was a kid. My parents loved it. And I basically I grew up in the Attitude Era, so it was a big time of characters and wrestling. So I was hooked. I was instantly like, I love this. And I thought I was going to become a wrestler. I definitely was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna move and I'm gonna train to be a wrestler. I didn't do that. And instead, I went to college and then moved to New Orleans, and I've been in New Orleans for about 12 years now. And when I first moved to New Orleans, I just kind of fell out of watching wrestling. But yeah, my main love was definitely my parents started it, so I blame them. And my mother still to this day is like, "You're not gonna do anything to get hurt, are you?" And I'm like, you put this on yourself. You did this to me.
Well, we're not going to blame the parents. We're going to thank your parents for getting you into wrestling.
Yes.
Growing up in the Attitude Era, so let's see, who were some of your favorite wrestlers?
Oh man, I mean, obviously, like Stone Cold was one of my top. I just loved everything that was done. I didn't love everything that was done in the Attitude Era. That is terrible. I there were some really bad things that happened in the Attitude Era, but there were some really good things that happened in the Attitude Era. Um, Again, I will always say to this, Stephanie McMahon was a huge. I was very drawn to Stephanie in the Attitude Era. Like, so a lot of female wrestlers will either be connected to like Trish or Lita or somebody in that group. But I was straight up like, oh yeah, Stephanie. I want to be like Stephanie McMahon. And so that was somebody who very much drew me into the business side of wrestling and the authority side of wrestling. So yeah, I have to give it up to her as my favorite. But yeah, like Stone Cold, Mankind, Undertaker, like Lita, Trish. I mean, there's so many people that really shined in that era. But yeah, Stephanie McMahon for me. Not
Well,
wrestling, but she's great.
that's a that's a perfect segue though. Stephanie McMahon was one of your people. So, can you tell us about the company that you're the owner of down in New Orleans?
Yes, so I am the owner of Elevate Pro Wrestling, and we're based out of New Orleans, Louisiana, and we also travel to like Chalmette, Louisiana, and also around different Louisiana areas. And I it's a company that's very open to everyone. I try to make sure it's a very open space and a safe space for anybody to come and wrestle and learn or watch and be entertained. I've owned the company for about a year and a half now. I bought the company from the previous owner. It's been around for 4 years, but I took it over and completely changed the whole thing in the wrestling business in Louisiana. There's several other promoters in Louisiana, but I am the first ever and only female to ever own a promotion in the entire state of Louisiana. So I hate saying it. So it sounds so cocky, and
Say it.
I hate it.
Own it. Say it. You did
Own
it.
that.
You
She
did
is the
it.
first woman to own a company in New Orleans. That is
Yeah.
groundbreaking, history making. You own that. Don't be ashamed to say
Don't
it.
at all.
Mm-mm.
At all.
I'm sure we're gonna say it on here. She
And
owns the company.
by you saying that, and you hate saying it, but how does it feel to be a female that's taking over? You know, like you say, Stephanie was one of your role models, and you're in a position of power with owning your own company, being a promoter and a commentator. how does it feel? What does it give, like that joy, that excitement?
Terror. It's amazing. It's pretty cool. Like when I got so in Louisiana, like in all of Louisiana, we have a commission, which is very rare. There's only very few states that have a wrestling commission nowadays, but we are one of them. And when you have to get a promoter's license, you have to go through all of these hoops, you have to jump through all of these things. And when I showed up, they were like, you you want a license, young lady? You like, like
Yeah.
yes. And so yeah, I mean the entire state of Louisiana is shook. They don't know what to do now because there's a female promoter. But I'm excited. It's so fantastic, and it's opening up doors for people to go, oh, I could be in this position of power, or I could do that, and I could do this. Because like as much as I love the South, and as much as I love New Orleans, once you leave New Orleans, you are back in the South. And there are a lot of things in the South that I don't necessarily agree with. So I like to shake it up. I like to change some things. I like to make them upset a little bit. So
Keep them on
that's
their
fun.
toes.
Yeah, yeah. You just got to keep them on their toes.
I definitely. I'm from Mississippi, so it's it's yeah, it's some
You
sneeze
know.
in it. Yeah.
And I'm here in Florida,
Let's leave
so
it there.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
Yeah,
there's good parts of Florida and there's bad parts of Florida.
yeah.
yeah. But like I tell everybody, I am a Miamian. I am not a Floridian.
Oh yeah, no.
We're separate down here.
That's what I say when people ask me what state I'm from. I'm like New Orleans, and they're like,
right.
They're like, you mean Louisiana? I'm like, no, New Orleans.
Miami. Definitely.
So let me
product placement.
Let me ask you.
Bang, get on it.
Sponsor.
Let's stay. Let's stay on your company, right? Who's your champion?
Our champion right now is Ray Fury. He's been our champion for over a year now. He's been our champion, and before that, it was Serpentico was our longest reigning champion, and then AEW took him away. But yeah, our current champion is Ray Fury. He's amazing. He's out of, I want to say, Alabama, but he travels all over that I actually forget where he originally or resides in because he just travels. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, you just live everywhere. And our female champion, our women's champion is Amber Rodriguez. And I love Amber so much. I've wanted so badly for her to have the title. Like as soon as I first met her, and I watched her wrestle and we talked and I saw everything that she does and how good she is and how like she sees the vision that I see for the company. I was like, she has to at some point hold the belt. And yeah, it's at her house with her and her little baby girl. Her baby girl's not impressed. She's 3. She's not impressed. She's like, whatever. I
have seen Amber making videos with the title and everything, going out to eat. That's a perfect segue moment, though. Let's go ahead and boom. Mission Pro Run It Back. December 11th. So when this airs, it'll be 2 days away.
Mm-hmm.
You are.
Look at that! You got a hat change. I need a costume change.
I do hat changes for these parts.
You might have 1 or 2 more come at you.
Oh my goodness! I love this.
Possibly. You are a damn good commentator for Mission Pro.
Thank you.
On their pay-per-views with your partner Holly did. So how is that being there commentating for Mission Pro?
Oh, it is so much fun. I was so excited that I got picked to do commentary even for the first show. When the first show happened, I had seen it go up, and I had seen they were looking for like announcer, like all the media stuff, and I do announcing, interviewing, and commentary. And so I was like, ooh, maybe. But then also I saw how big it was getting, and in my mind, I was like, they're gonna, like, somebody with a bigger name or somebody with a bigger following than me is gonna get it. And I was like, I'll just hold back. So I didn't even try. I didn't even like message them or anything. And then I got a message. I got a personal like DM from. She slid into my DMs, and I got a personal message from Thunder Rosa that was like, "Hey, can you send me any of your reels or stuff for commentary?" And I was like, "Yes." And
Not a
so
problem.
I sent her my commentary reel. I'm like, I'm like, how do you even know me? Like, how do you know me? And so then I decided the story's boring. He just left.
No, we want to get a prop.
Oh, I got a prop.
Oh, no prop. Something fell off the table. Sorry about that.
I was like, I stopped. So I'm like, oh, the story's boring. Should I change it?
You're good.
But yeah, so she messaged me, and I was like, so then she was like, all right, we want to book you. And then she told me, who my partner was going to be, and it was Holidead. And I was like, and we're both from Ohio. We're both from the same area. So like, I was like so excited. And we did the first one. It felt good. It felt like it was basically like a test to see if we could be a good commentary team together. And then the second one went up, and I can't wait for this third one. And I'm really excited that I'm able to be a part of such a company that's pushing for women's wrestling and pushing for diversity and pushing for LGBTQ, and just like really trying to make a mix of everything that wrestling should be, and showcase the talents of everybody across the board, all colors, creeds, genders, everything. Like, I just like trying to showcase all of that. And so I'm really excited to be part of Mission Pro. So I hope they keep me around. I think I'm doing my job. So
You hope they keep you around. Let's see. So, gotta put you on the spot since you commentary. You're doing your job, and like I said again, great commentary. Who do you have winning the championship? Since they'll be crowning their first championship, do you have a
oh, La
favorite?
Rosa Negra, La Rosa Negra.
Oh,
I have gotten into a fight, not a fight, not an actual fight, but uh, Melanie, our photographer who owns TCB Texas Photography and does podcasts with me,
Amen.
Britt and Melanie mentioned, yeah, she is all about Lacey Ryan, and I have called, and like from the very beginning, and you can watch it back from the very time that they started the tournament, and from the very I had La Rosa Negra going the entire way. I was like, she's my, I don't know anything about sports, but I know the word blue chip is something. She's my blue chip all the way. She's going to go all the way to the championship. So I've been calling that. I wish I would have made a bet, because she got to the finals, and I think she's going to win. Sorry, Lacey Ryan. I love you. Your abs are phenomenal. But I definitely think La Rosa Negra is going to win that.
I think she's the pick for quite a few people to win the championship.
She's been overlooked for a long time.
Yes.
You guys can go back to episode 10. We had La Rosa Negra on, and she kind of called this before the Mission Pro stuff was even announced and everything. She called this back in August, what she planned to do this year. So, yeah, I'm not giving my choice, but La Rosa Negra is a great pick.
Yes. Oh, you're not. I love that you're like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna say who.
He's choosing it to himself.
Yeah, I like La Rosa Negra. Like Lacey Ryan, every time I see her, she impresses me more and more. I know it's going to be a good match.
It is.
So yeah, I'm not
Both
picking
of them are talented, really talented women.
Mm-hmm.
Brittani, Nikole Houghtlen has many hats, so I'm going to change to another hat. It's not going to be with the next topic, but it's just going to be because she said where she's from like twice, and I'm kind of over her saying that.
Oh, 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 oh,
Got me right where I'm
oh,
at.
oh, oh,
Since we keep talking about the men,
oh.
I'm in Indianapolis, so yeah. But let's go down to Florida.
We gonna fight now.
Oh, snap. This ain't what you want. Nah. Let's go down to Florida. We sponsored two of Generation Championship wrestling shows. When this comes out, the show that's coming up that we're going to talk about have passed. But they announced you as the chief brand officer, Generation Championship Wrestling, and that kind of just came out of nowhere. How did that come about?
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. So I was contacted by Jeremy to do commentary for this past show, and he was like, I really want to have you do commentary. So I was like, great, awesome. They're doing the Women's Diamond Cup Championship tournament, and I was like, yeah, great. And then I was helping him with like doing the promotion and putting out stuff and the Facebook and all this kind of stuff. And he, messaged me and was like, I can't do this all on my own. It's getting bigger than just me. So I can't do this all on my own. I want to be able to push and everything. I think my door is locked. Hold on one second.
Okay. You can catch her at Mission Pro Wrestling December 11th on Title Match Network. Sign up. You get 2 weeks for free. If you sign up on the 3rd, you can watch her on the 4th and the 11th with your 2 weeks for free on Title Match Network.
2
and
weeks.
She's back.
I'm such a professional. My cat was trying to climb out of my. I had to lock my door because my cat was trying to climb out the door. So I heard it. It's like a toddler. Like I heard it and I was like, oh, somebody's trying to get out of my house. And she's not allowed outside. So basically he was like, I can't do this all on my own. And he was like, it's getting bigger than me. The shows are getting bigger. The production's getting bigger. I need somebody that is good with social media, good with marketing, good with branding. He was like, do you want to be the chief branding officer? And I was like, yep, sure do. Because I didn't have anything else on my plate at the time. No. So yeah, that's literally how it came about. It was out of nowhere. So you're correct in that sense of like, yeah, it's just kind of happened. It did just kind of happen. So now I'm on brand as the chief branding officer.
Kudos to Jeremy for recognizing that he could not do it on his own and bringing you on board to take on that role as chief branding officer, because I couldn't imagine. It's not easy for anyone to wear multiple hats. Right now you're wearing 3. So I know you're juggling them all.
Oh yeah, it is definitely. I mean, it's a lot, but they're spaced out enough to the point where like I can do it, and I will always put my company first. But I definitely have a very supportive team in Elevate Pro that I'm able to go out and do these things. That's why I announce the shows when we do run Elevate Pro shows. I'm the announcer for the shows because I don't have to worry about the gorilla position. I don't have to worry about what's going on in the back because I have people that run. I have Benjamin Wood, who's one of our trainers. He's our head trainer, and he basically runs the entire production while I'm out there entertaining the fans and stuff. And if I didn't have that, I wouldn't be able to do the things that I do. But I have a very strong support team in Elevate Pro. So I'm able to be the chief branding officer for GCW and do commentary and extra things for Mission Pro, and then also travel and do other shows in Texas and other places.
She is everywhere, people. If you don't know her name, you will know her name in 2021. Trust me, if this pandemic didn't happen, you will know her. I found out about her maybe in about July. She was on a podcast, and then you just start watching, seeing what people doing, and this is all I've been seeing for Brittani Nikole Houghtlen since I've got to know her name and everything she's
Right.
doing. Just up track, and she's still going. So it's great
Aw.
that you even joined us here.
Oh,
Um,
thanks, guys.
yeah,
I'll
we
have a little corner of her schedule just for us.
just for us. Many hats.
Really
I
not
don't.
that busy. Thank you, but thanks for making me seem important. But honestly, before this, I can tell you right now, I was making TikToks.
We always making TikTok. I was making. I made like 3 of them, but then I had to leave it alone.
I don't even have a TikTok.
Oh, don't do it. It's addictive.
I refuse to. I'm like,
took me.
I barely keep up with my Snapchat.
I don't do Snapchat, so like TikTok is my thing.
Yeah, I have it. Like my sister's like, you need to use it more. I'll get on there, post like 1 or 2, and then it's like, okay, back to Instagram and Facebook.
Exactly. Yeah. That's I just probably a year or so ago started using Twitter avidly, and I hate it, but I do it. But I'm there.
I probably started using mine a bit more, not avidly, but more than I used to.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
I use Twitter
All
because
day, every day.
I'm only doing it because I have to now. But trust me, if I didn't have to, I wouldn't be on there. So the last thing we want to talk about, because she got many hats. I got one more hat I can switch to just for this.
Maybe 1 or 2 more.
Oh man, I'm gonna see if I come back on. I'm gonna have to like have my hair down. And I'm just gonna like put on different hats.
Don't say if you come. You come back.
Coming back.
Open door policy here.
Oh, good.
We mix it up with a lot of pleasant.
Whenever you guys want to announce something, just want to chat, let us update on what's been going on. You always have an invitation.
Yay! Well, thank you.
So I just call what we do spotlights, because we spotlight people. We don't really get into talking about wrestling too much and everything. But I see that you also do the same thing, and I enjoy watching it on Facebook Live. You talked about it a little bit earlier. Britt and Mel on a mission. Tell me about this. How did this start up?
Well, again, this is a very similar situation where it was brought to us like, hey, we really love for Mission Pro to have an extra platform, because we're doing, a lot of the wrestlers will do podcasts and stuff from the sponsors, but there wasn't something that necessarily like did either like it was originally supposed to just be a recap show after the shows. We would come on like the week of, a few days after the show, and like recap what was going on, our feelings, our emotions. And then it just kind of turned into this whole thing where we were like, it got a name. Like we had people like we were like, hey, you guys got to come up with a name. So because it's part of Mission Pro and it's Britt and Mel, it was Britt and Mel on a mission. And so we're just talking about women's wrestling in different, either in WWE, AEW, Impact, Ring of Honor, the independent scene. And then we start talking about the Mission Pro matches, either previous or upcoming. And then we just like kind of give our own like little opinions about things. We have guests on, not all the time, but we try to have some of the wrestlers on from Mission Pro, or any female wrestlers in general around the independent scene, so that they can be spotlighted and we can talk to them a little bit. And then I just kind of chat with the people in the comments, and Melanie and me disagree on everything. Like I said, she wants Lacey Ryan to win. I want La Rosa Negra. And tonight we have our show on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Central. And basically she always says, apparently I'm a heel. Apparently I'm a bad guy. Because I call it like it is. And so she says I got some real heel heat, and she always threatens to bring marshmallows to roast next to my heel heat.
You see her name down there?
Yeah,
Pretty Hill.
yeah.
They heels. They hold people's
Listen,
heels.
it's nothing wrong with being honest. Nothing at all. Some people may not like it, but
Mhm.
at the end of the day, it's the truth. Take it, leave it, throw it away. I don't care. Deal with it.
Whatever. Doesn't matter. I said it. I said what I said.
Right. And I stand by it.
Mel, I've been watching y'all show. I'm gonna tell you this. I agree with Brittany more times than I agree with you. Don't take that to heart like that. But
Ha!
this is your this is your invite to come on. We can talk about your photography. We talked about it in Buda, Texas last time I was there. And
Oh, she's so fantastic. She is
yes,
such a great photographer, and she's so stealthy. So if you watch Mission Pro on the Title Match Network, you will not find her, even though she's there taking pictures and everything. You will not find her at all. She's like a ninja. She is so stealthy. It's like playing Where's Waldo. Like you can't find her, but she takes great shots.
yes, she does. And she is stealthy. She moves around like the show. The first show, she was in front of me, and then she disappeared like 30 seconds later, and she was all the way on the other side. And I was like, "What the hell?" Like, what are you? Like, it's confusing, but her photos come out great. So, Mel, how you doing? We'll see you. She'll be on the spot soon. So yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you grew up in Attitude Area. Before we go into our last segment, I put everybody on the spot with this question. You ready? Rock or Stone Cold?
Mm. You're gonna make me decide?
Rock
Are
or
you
Stone
frozen?
Cold? No, that's all I
Oh
can say.
man.
Rock or Stone Cold.
Stone.
Okay. There's no right or wrong answer. We just asked that, to see what
Yeah,
people
no, I
think.
know. I understand there's no right or wrong answer, but I know that I'm right when I say stone.
Okay. So I haven't done this on a spot like that. That'll always be my choice. Let's go, Rocky. Oh, all right.
It's okay that you're wrong. It's fine.
Mel, I apologize. I'm disagreeing with Brittany now because she's coming at me for no reason. I don't know what just happened here. What we do in our last nope, it's over for that. So our last spot we call is our put yourself over moment. What this is you let us know anything that you have going on coming up, your website, any stores, people can buy things, how to follow you. Just put yourself over for the people.
Well, you can find me everywhere at Look It's Brittany. That's LOOKITSBRITTANI on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Also, lookitsbrittany.com. Elevate Pro, you can find at Elevate Pro. It's ELEV8PRO at Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Also, elevatepro.com. Elevate Pro also has a Pro Wrestling Tees account, so you can check out the merchandise and whatnot. You can also buy my merch on my website, or just hit me up and ask me what I'm selling. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll be around for Mission Pro shows. I'll be around for SWE Fury in Texas, any GCW shows going on. Also, Pale Pro in January. I will be there. And 14th, which is also in Texas. I'm basically living in Texas now, secretly. I live in New Orleans, but I'm always booked in Texas, so I'm going to partially reside in Texas now. So if you need me, I might be in Texas.
Well, all right. She might be in Texas. Oh, you said something and it reminded me of a question I have to ask.
Mm-hmm.
So your champion is on the Mission Pro show. There's 4 title matches. Is her title on the line?
There is. There's several title matches. Elevate Pro's championship will not be on the line. Uh, we are setting that up for something else. So Amber Rodriguez will be there. She's going against Genocide, and but our title is not on the line. But I mean, it doesn't matter because Amber's still going to beat. I hate that because I love Genocide so much. But
Don't do it, Brittany. Don't do it. Keep that to yourself. Do not do that on here. Don't do what you're about to do. Don't do it. Don't do it.
But Amber Rodriguez has taken on and defeated on multiple occasions the native beast herself, Nyla Rose, and also has taken on people like Savannah Evans, the cannibal, and so I feel like Genocide is just another. She said it herself before. She's a giant slayer, so I'm going with my champion coming out on top. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Amber, if you see this before or after, I don't know if we're gonna talk to you, but I'm definitely coming to talk to you since you said you're gonna slay Genocide. I need to hear about it. I need to hear about all of this. Talk about Elevate Pro on your championship. Talk about you taking your championship to the restaurant with you, trying to order some food. That was hilarious, but we're gonna talk about that.
Hey, you know what? You got to take that baby everywhere. You got to take it wherever it goes. Like if I had the chance, for instance, I had it actually at my house for quite some time, and not gonna lie, it definitely was displayed behind me for quite some time before I finally let her take it with her. I keep all the championship belts at my house for until the champion has it, and I trust them with it. And I'm sad to see them go because I'm never, unless there's a commentary fight to the death, I'm not going to have a championship of my own. So
take pride in holding them while you got them.
Mission Pro, get a commentary championship. Brittany versus Holiday.
Book it.
Ooh.
Book it. Oh no.
You say I will play it for Holiday. Don't say.
You want me to lose? You so want me to lose? You want me to get hurt?
She's like,
wait, she was so confident. She was like, yes, but whoa, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Pop in your tracks.
So, Jinx, before we go, I enjoyed this. Like I said,
I did too.
I've never told. Well, Savannah Evans, since she wanted to talk about it, she has the open door policy here. We're gonna go ahead and give you open door policy also. If you ever want to come back and talk, like I said, we never really talk wrestling. We just do spotlights. Oh, we do talk wrestling. We got a podcast that does talk wrestling under We Love Wrestling. Forgot about that. I never plug it. But subscribe to that. Subscribe to Mel and Britt on a Mission. Subscribe to Elevate Pro. Subscribe to Generation Championship Wrestling. Subscribe to Mission Pro. Subscribe to SW Fury TV. Subscribe to Pale Pro. Is that what you said? Pale Pro? Pale Pro Wrestling?
Yeah, it's Piero Pince? Piero Pince?
Oh,
it means
PPW.
It means pure. Yeah, PPW. It means pure F-word wrestling.
Pure Pince Wrestling. Yes, subscribe to them. Go to BrittaniNikoleHoughtlen.com. Buy a shirt. Buy something. It's the holiday season. Didn't your birthday just pass too, Brittany? Did your birthday just pass?
What?
Did your birthday just
my birthday is December 21st.
I knew it was coming up. So happy early birthday. And we'll say it on December 21st also.
Yes.
So
Yay.
Thank you, Jinx, for joining us.
Always.
Go ahead.
Yay, thank you. I'm so excited. Oh, no, I was just saying thank you.
Thank you, Brittany, for joining us. Thank you. And I'm Terry. So, like I always say, if I love wrestling and
Thanks,
you love
Terry.
wrestling, No one's ever said thank you to Terry. Terry feels happy now. Take that in, guys. But if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's too sweet for the culture.